We'll be starting now since we have a few people who will become a few stragglers. So I'd love to welcome you to why is St. Louis a great place to start a company? I remember starting my first company at 22. I was still in engineering school. And I've never worked for anyone else ever since then. Mainly because I'm a control freak and they'll fire me after 2 days. But however, as a consultant, they'll take the abuse. So there are some amazing things that are happening in this community the last 5 to 10 years. There's resources that we never had when I was a young person. And I think a lot of the people who have started companies many years ago feel the same way. It's a real blessing, the amount of talent and energy that goes into helping other people achieve their dreams. So I would love to introduce you to one of my favorite people who's been an unbelievable asset to the community and a great friend with MBF. Travis Sheridan. Travis heads up the Venture Cafe Foundation, which is based out of CIC in the Cortex Center. 4240 Duncan, I believe, is the address. Then we have next to, wait a minute, you're out of order. Everybody move. I can't do intros. Next I have Ginger, and I've actually done some coaching pre-competition with Ginger at Arch Grants. It's an amazing experience, the things that they're doing down at Arch Grants to help entrepreneurs get started with some seed money and education. They've helped prepare people on, how do I actually connect with the people who are investing and make a tight pitch? And they've done a marvelous job. Next we have Phyllis from Cortex. Phyllis is, also, you will see her at every function, and her whole area, everything that they've done at Cortex is just, you've been in that area, is just mind-boggling. And then the things that are on the drawing board, and the things that are actually, shovel-ready, and the things that are already in construction. And I'm sure she's going to be able to share some of that with us. Next we have Mark Dink from St. Louis Economic Development Partnership. This is part of the one of the people who can help. Our local community, the cities, the state, the counties, we're doing everything we can to create jobs. And the people who create the jobs typically are small businesses. And so if we can help jumpstart small businesses, we can increase jobs, and we can start making this an unbelievable community. Well, once wrong, we are already an unbelievable community, but let's try to make it a little bit better. And last we have Patty Hagan from T-Rex, which is also one of the companies or organizations that's sole purpose is to help entrepreneurs and start getting that education process. So I do not want to take up a lot of time because we have a ton of material to cover. Travis, can you lead us off, what?
Sure. Thank you all for being here. It's great to be in the Danforth Plant Science Center. Again, this is one of the great resources we have in this community, and I'm joined on stage with 4 people that I not only get to work with on a regular basis throughout the community, I consider them all friends. And you'll see why as they share their stories and their heart and the resources that are available in St. Louis. They all have a heart and a motivation to help startups. But one of the things I notice about St. Louis, I've only been here about 4.5 years now, is that it's a fabric, a tapestry of resources that all are on like sewn with one thread. And all too often, you get dropped into the middle of that, and you don't know where the beginning or the end is. And you want to get to a certain point, you want to access a certain piece of it, but there's just so much. I think we work from a place of abundance and not necessarily scarcity, and sometimes that position of abundance can become overwhelming. And so a lot of the stuff we'll talk about today is how those individual pieces of the tapestry fit together, and how really outside of a perspective of competition, but truly with a lens of collaboration, how the different resources in St. Louis can all work together to help you move your venture forward. Tom did a brief introduction of each of the organizations, but I'm going to ask my panelists here to tell us a little bit about your organization and what